What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're once again back here with another new look rebuild, as we probably have one of our most challenging ones yet, that being the Clippers. I think it's very clear and obvious why the Clippers is going to be very challenging, because of course Paul George left them this offseason, owe some draft picks to Thunder. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, so let's just go ahead and jump in and do this 5-year new look Los Angeles. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Currently, we are on the road to 50,000 subs, so you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated to help us reach that goal. But when it comes to the Clippers, like I said, they have done a few things to change the roster this offseason, but ultimately, they're not going to be very good next year, I don't think. Like, Kawhi Leonard, of course, has his injury problems. James Harden just isn't the James Harden used to be. Of course, not Houston James Harden that I think he could, like, carry a franchise, but maybe I'm wrong. I think this team could very well be in the playoffs next year, maybe in the play-in mix. I could also see them missing it altogether just from a competitive Western Conference standpoint. I'm not saying this team, like, ultimately is going to be a bottom 5 team in the West or anything like that. I guess I would be saying that if they missed the play-in. But they'd probably be, like, fighting for the play-in spot, if at worst, I think. But still, it's definitely possible this team could miss technically. So, a lot we got to do today. A lot to try to figure out with this Clippers team. Definitely think we have our work cut out for us, because I don't think this team will be very good. There's a possibility we make it year number 1 in the playoffs or play-in. But after that, Kawhi's going to keep regressing. Harden's going to regress. And we don't have our draft pick, so there's no incentive for us to suck on purpose either. So we truly got to make sure we do things correctly, which isn't going to be easy to figure out. We do got to cut one guy, though, here, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So I think Joshua Primo was already cut anyway, if I'm not mistaken. So I probably should have fixed that already, but whatever. So we got Kawhi Leonard, Zubac, James Harden, Kevin Porter Jr., Derek Jones Jr. Of course, those were like the 2 new additions this offseason, being KPJ and Derek Jones. And then they might have done a few other things. They brought Nick Batum back. Of course, they traded him originally in the James Harden trade, but he came back. Got Mo Bamba. They gave Chris Dunn a nice little contract as well. So ultimately, they're going to try to be competitive in the West. That's obvious. No brainer there. It's just a matter of, and of course, they have the new arena, which is why it makes sense that they didn't want to just, blow things up and trade Kawhi, trade Harden, and make all that happen. So this is what we'll be running in year 1. It'll be James Harden, Norm Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Nicholas Batum, Zubac, Derek Jones Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., Bones Highland, Terrence Mann, and Chris Dunn. So we'll see how this season goes. Not really sure what to expect. I honestly believe we're probably not going to be very good, but 2K may help us make the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure. We are going to send Cam Christie to the G League. That is one guy they did acquire this offseason in the draft. And then I guess we do the same thing with Kobe Brown, and maybe those guys could be key pieces in the future. And one other thing I wanted to look at before we start simulating is shot tendencies. So James Harden shot tendency being a 55 is going to be criminal, especially on this team. We got to make sure that is way higher. So these guys need to be taking majority of the shots. We'll see if boosting their shot tendencies helps us out at all. I don't think I'll start at the deadline. I'm just going to let it ride out and see if 2K has this Clippers team making the playoffs or not. And then based off what happens in year 1, I think we got to respond with what the best decision will be going forward for this franchise. Today's video is brought to you by 2 softwares designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. We're starting off on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer. So late at night here, so there's going to be like no traditional sports plays, but we do have some esports on the board. And just like I said yesterday, I know betting on esports sounds absolutely degenerate, but there is some value there. And I'll just go ahead and show you, for example, on this Hobbit play under 33.5 kills, you got 32.5 and 31.5. Obviously, it would make no sense for us to go over to Prize Picks and say, okay, let's bet the over on this when we can clearly get a better price at 31.5 on a totally different app. Same thing. Why would we go to this app and say, hey, let's bet the under 31.5 when we can get a much better price on Prize Picks? So that's basically what you're doing. You're line shopping. We also have a Juan Soto fantasy score, 2 books having an 8, so take the under at 9. You kind of get the point. So basically, you line shop, you line compare, you compare sportsbook, or you compare Prize Picks lines back to sports books. Same thing if you have like Underdog and any of those other DFS apps that are super popular nowadays. Having a tool like this is so clutch, trust me. And the other tool I like to use as well is OddsJam's positive EV tool. So basically how this works, it also does pretty much the same thing that DGF does, but this also focuses on a traditional sports book. So we actually have an example on the board here for Carlos to go over a hit. So basically, as you can see, this is average odds of -145, and we get the best price on FanDuel at -125. Absolutely no brainer there. We get the best price possible here on FanDuel when every other book is heavily favoring for this guy to get a hit. So clearly, we would take that and run with it. That is amazing value. When you line shop and give yourself value like this, it's exactly how you become a much profitable sports bettor. It's called EV betting. Both these apps do the same thing. But if you want to check out either one, links are down in the description below. Use code Crushables. You get a percentage off when you use my code. Trust me, I would not be telling you if I did not believe in it. I use it every single day, both of them. Make sure to check it out. On that, let's get back to the video. So yet another MVP award for Luka Doncic. Do I even need to show this anymore? We already know who wins MVP every year. It's either like Luka or Shea. Sometimes we get a rare other person to win it, but yeah, usually it's those guys. So unfortunately for us, did I see Clipper? Yeah, Kawhi Leonard made it all defensive second team, which is great. So maybe they'll make it easier to move him this offseason because we did not make the playoffs or the play-in. We ended up being not a good team in the Western Conference. You had 22 from Kawhi, 21 from James Harden, 13 from Kevin Porter Jr., 13 and 12 from Zubac, 12 from Bones Highland, 11.5 from Norman Powell. But so basically what we're going to do today. So yeah, obviously we're probably going to try to make some movement here, make some trades. But I'm going to try to thread the needle and get, I guess, like win now players that are somewhat young. Kind of what Toronto's doing right now, where they have like RJ quickly around Scotty Barnes. Clearly, we don't have a Scotty Barnes young player we're building around at the moment. That's basically what we're going to try to do. We're going to get like young players that have been in the league for a while, so maybe at like 25, 24 years old, and just try to still be competitive, I guess, because that's probably the best thing we can do right now, because clearly just going all in and tanking it's not going to result to anything because we don't have our draft pick. So yeah, we can't go that route, and I don't think we can like trade for one of the top picks in this draft because we just don't have enough assets to do anything like that. But let's go ahead and get straight in the lottery and see where our pick ends up. So our pick is projected to be 7. The Thunder, of course, have it in a pick swap. So it does stay at 7. We get 29 via OKC. So yeah, not having a pick in this draft really, or not having a top pick, I should say, really sucks, obviously. No brainer there, really unfortunate. So I am going to keep Tyronn Lue, though. I don't think it's his fault. I think this roster is just, it's just not, I don't know. It's ran its course. That's what I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of the right terminology, but it's ran its course. Something needs to change. Like, that's just basically where we're at. So we're going to go ahead and start here on draft night, and we are probably going to do the inevitable of trading Kawhi Leonard and also James Harden. But like I said, we got to make sure it's trades that benefit us as we're still trying to be competitive. I got to make sure those guys are going somewhere that, makes sense for them as well, as far as trying to win a championship still. So I'm trying to start here with a James Harden trade, and I can literally only think of 2 teams that can maybe make sense for James Harden services at this point in his career, and that being Miami, and then also, what was the other one I was thinking of, and that maybe being the Magic. That seems like kind of a far-fetched statement, though, but I guess this would give Orlando a perimeter shot creator in the backcourt. James Harden has plenty of playoff experience. I guess you could do something like that. I don't know if Orlando would really want to go that route. So I do think Miami would make a lot more sense, I guess, in this scenario. So if we did like a Harden for Rozier trade and we get like a first out of them, I'd be more than happy to just go ahead and do something like this. Because we get a 2029 first, we get Rozier, who can at least be competitive for us, but we're getting a first-round pick still. And they want Derrick Jones Jr. They're going to give us Khalil Ware as well. So this is interesting. We have to trade our 29th pick. I do believe we are under the second apron. I think Miami, I'm not sure if they actually are right now. So we're, of course, under it. Miami is not even close to being under it, so we cannot actually do anything like that with them. They cannot combine salaries, so we got to make sure we take note of that. So let's try to do that again, but maybe we offer them a little bit more just for them to accept it, because I just want to get Harden out of here. So Rozier, and it was great that they wanted to offer me Khalil Ware, don't get me wrong. I would be very happy. Oh, not number 3. That's crazy. But let's say 2029. And then maybe I can give you like, maybe I get off Chris Dunn's contract here, even though like it's not a terrible contract by any means, but just getting off of it, saving some money. I wouldn't hate that. Hopefully they don't ask to, hopefully they don't counter, and boom. Okay. So we dump Chris Dunn's contract in there. We get we get a future 2029 first. We get Rozier, who I think we can flip later on as well, but he'll be a bridge player for us. More importantly, like I said, getting the first round pick for James Harden at this point in his career, I think is great value. So now we're going to go see what we can get for Kawhi Leonard. So we're going to try to see. First, I threw James Harden in the trade finder. Didn't see anything that I like. So obviously Cleveland offering me Evan Mobley would be a no-brainer. But does Cleveland want to really do something like that is the question. I think them trading Evan Mobley would be pretty extreme. I don't think that's very realistic. Trae Young, Randall, Aaron Gordon, and Michael Porter, getting both of them would be insane as well. So maybe Denver wants to go all in. I mean, getting Porter would be cool, but I feel like I've gotten him too much lately. I've taken a break from the last few. Toronto trading for Kawhi at this point wouldn't make any sense. And then Minnesota is giving us Karl Towns. So I don't know. There's some interesting offers here. Like, I guess now Atlanta giving us getting Trae Young would be great, awesome, but we can't do anything like that. Evan Mobley, this would be a trade I would do if I didn't, if I didn't care about realism, but I don't think Cleveland is doing Mobley for Kawhi. So we're going to try to build our own trade here, and I guess I have somewhat of an idea on what we could do, so let's go do that. So I could go trade Kawhi Leonard to the Los Angeles Lakers and get a few pieces back in return, but I also could maybe set ourselves up even better here with maybe trying to make a trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know if Cleveland would actually do this. They just try to give us Mobley for Kawhi. I know, there was rumors about how Garland didn't want to stay if Donovan Mitchell stayed, and clearly Donovan Mitchell has stayed. Kawhi Leonard is a little bit older, though. I'm not really sure they'd want to go that route, but he just had a really good season with us, and if you think about this in real life, there's no way in hell this is happening. But you just based this off what we just saw in 2K, where Kawhi Leonard made a defensive team, 24 points per game, very good efficiency, and he stayed healthy, which obviously is something that's probably not going to happen in real life, but for an full 82 game season. But if we can get Garland and set ourselves up in this video, they say no, though, so they're not interested. What if we offered... Maybe we offer our 29th pick. I mean, if we're getting Garland, that's a great start to this rebuild. I'm more than okay with trading 29, and we're going to get Garland. So Garland for Kawhi. Again, I don't know if the Cavaliers would actually do that. I don't think they would, but I am more than okay with getting Garland to restart this bad boy. So welcome to the Clippers, Darius Garland. Cleveland's going to go try to win a championship as soon as possible with bringing in Kawhi Leonard, and I'm rooting for them. I think Kawhi obviously would be, they need a wing, and Kawhi Leonard would obviously be that for them. So we'll see if it ends up working out for them. But, I'm happy with it. So we don't have a draft pick in this draft anymore. We did get Jalen Tyson as a throw-in in that trade as well. So it had to feel pretty decent about that. But overall, really solid. Now, Bones Highland probably becomes expendable at this point. Zubac wants $26 million. That's a lot of money. But let's see where we're at now. So, of course, we just got Rozier from in the James Harden trade. We still have Norman Powell. I think we're going to move Rozier to shooting guard. Clearly, this team is probably not going to do anything too crazy next year. But like I said, we were looking for guys that are like 25 that can still help us win now. And clearly, Darius Garland is absolutely that, which is amazing. We still have Norman Powell. Jalen Tyson just came over from that trade. I'll see if he progresses enough to be in the rotation. Derrick Jones Jr. still being here. Kobe Brown. And then, so center position is wide open, clearly. Now we need to figure out what we're doing next. Now, we do have cap space, I think, to go sign like a star. If we really just wanted to go all in on this route of being like, hey, we just got Garland. Let's go add a secondary young player. Like, Kuminga could be that for us, but I'm not really sure I want to just go all in with Kuminga and Garland. I think I kind of want to wait on going for it. So, centers that we can maybe go for, I think we just bring back Zubac. It's a little more money that I would want to give him, I'll be honest with you. But if we give him like a 2-year, $22 million or something like that, I'm fine with it. So we'll give Zubac some money. Bones Highland, I'm probably going to end up letting go. Terrence Mann, I guess we don't really need him back. So I'm going to sign, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So we need to go back to free agency. So let's go sign Zubac to his contract. As far as Bones Highland is concerned, I know he's damn good in 2K. So maybe we should bring him back because he's actually a really good player in 2K. So I'm going to sign him to a 3-year deal. Not going to lose him for nothing. So he's going to come back. Now we need to figure out just kind of the rest of the roster. Next year, again, I want to be competitive, but, we got to be realistic with ourselves as well. Like, we got Garland, which is great. But we're probably still not going to be very good. We need to sign a minimum backup because at least we need someone who can play backup center. So I'm going to give Kevon Louis an offer. And then we don't technically have a starting power forward at the moment. So who will that be? Amir Coffey can come back if we wanted to. JRE, not really someone I want to start power forward. We might low-key just start Kobe Brown there. I don't know. We might have to. We can give like Wofford a contract. So I'm going to sign Looney. And then we're probably gonna... Oh, I guess we had to renounce Coffee to do that. So never mind. We're not bringing back Coffee. All right, so... Power forwards. We can bring in Baisley, I guess, who's 25. I mean, I guess we can give him like a 1-year deal. I don't know. So bring in Darius Baisley. Yeah, this team still kind of cooks. But hey, getting Garland as a long-term piece still feels fantastic. So I'm not even mad about it. So I'm going to move Powell probably just starting or to be the backup 3. Not really where I want him to be, but I do want to play KPJ, I guess, as shooting guard in this scenario where Bones Highland is the backup point guard. So we'll do something like that. Again, this team probably won't be very good, but I'm more than happy with the direction we got going for us now. Garland being the franchise guy we're building around. Bones Highland, probably long-term piece. Jalen Tyson. And now we just need to figure out what we're doing next, and that's going to be a challenge, but I'm excited for it. I think we kind of have a direction established. Now we need to find maybe a co-star for Garland. We could be patient with it, or we could try to make it happen as soon as the deadline hits. So, like, a lot of different things we could do. a lot of different routes to take, and I am optimistic and excited that we can make something happen. So let's go to 2026 draft class and let's load it in. And honestly, like I said, there's a good chance I am going to stop at the deadline. I don't know if it's going to be for like a selling kind of market or if we're going to try to make something happen. But it's going to be Garland, Rozier, Norm Powell. Clearly, we have Baisley at the power forward. Not really my cup of tea, but it is what it is right now. Zubac, KPJ, Derek Jones Jr., Bones Highland, and Kevon Looney. And then Jalen Tyson's our lineup. I'm low-key just going to throw Kobe Brown in here over Baisley. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'd rather see Kobe Brown play ultimately. So we're going to do that. More than likely, I will see you guys at the deadline. What is Garland's shot tendency, by the way? It is a night, or no, it's a layup package. Okay, 86 shot tendency. That is fine. I will see you guys at the deadline to potentially bring in a co-star or probably sell off Rozier. A lot of different things we could do. So the year 2 doesn't go very well for us either. Unfortunately, we are right back to being a lottery team without our pick, but here were your end of the season stats. So you had 21 from Garland, 18 from Rozier, 15 for KPJ, 14, 13 from Zubac, and 14 for Bones Highland. So I did stop at the deadline to see if I can make something happen. Unfortunately, there just wasn't anything that made sense. And trading off Rozier, what I basically wanted to prioritize is having cap space open this offseason. If I would have traded Rozier, I would have been taking back some salary, and literally no one offered me a first-round pick for him, unfortunately. But hey, the Dallas Mavericks go on to win it all. So if you didn't hear what I just said, basically I've hinted at it already. We are going to try to, get our second star through free agency because we are LA, right? Like, we're in Los Angeles, so stars go to LA. Usually it's to the Lakers or something, but we are going to make it happen. So our pick, once again, like I said, damn, it's top. It being top 3 definitely sucks. But hey, at least it falls to 5 and doesn't stay in, so I guess we could take that. And I don't think we have a pick at all in this draft. So Atlanta has back-to-back, though. Shout out to them for that. So Tyronn Lue, again, I'm not going to fire him. I don't think it's his fault this team sucks. I'm still trying to build things from the ground up after trading Kawhi and James Harden away. It was just kind of the writing on the wall. We had to move those guys, man. So now we got to figure out. So we're going to have Rozier and Norm Powell's contract coming off the book. So that's going to open up a ton of money. So I'm assuming we should be able to sign at least one good player, preferably a forward, because we have a, we kind of have a decent start. Or sorry, I guess any position is really open. I don't know why I thought we had a shooting guard. That's Rozier. We're definitely going to let him go probably. But draft picks wise, we do have an early second, so that might actually be able to come in handy. So let's see what we can do here in, the early second round. So I think getting Bryson's not bad, so I'll take him out of Duke. So welcome to LA, and then we're gonna have him coming over, which is great. So 76 overall, the draft in the second round, really can't beat that. We'll accept Kobe Brown and Jalen Tyson. Those guys are going to continue to develop for us as well on very cheap salaries. And then Cam Christie, free agent. There's interest, but if I ultimately have to renounce him to get an addition here, I will. Okay, so here are our options. So we have Luka, which I could go for him, but a Luka Garland backcourt, is fun. But if I go for Luka, that's going to be all my money, and building our team around those two guys is going to be extremely hard. And I think him going back to Dallas makes more sense anyway, so I'll just let him go back to Dallas. All right, so Paulo Banchero is kind of where I start things, but of course he is restricted, so that's going to be really hard to convince him to, convince Orlando not to match it. Same thing with Chet. We got Jalen Williams down here. Jabari is interesting, to say the least. I'm just going to keep looking at all options. Keegan Murray, Jalen Duren, Josh Giddey, Mark Williams. Okay, so there are some good players here. Benedict Mathurin. There are some solid options here. Really can't go wrong. Like I said, I'm assuming we have cap space, which we do, which is great. Now, what do we have? So we have Garland, Bones Highland. That is our point guard rotation. I am fine with that. Jalen Tyson back up 2. I actually like that a lot as well. Derek Jones Jr. We'll probably... He's here right now, but I don't know if we'll keep him. So we just got both these guys. I imagine moving one of them to small forward result in them going up. So Bryce is going up, and Kobe Brown stays the same. So we'll move Mr. Bryson up to small forward. So he will actually be our rotational, our backup small forward. So that's great. Zubac is our starting center right now. I'm not opposed to moving him, but he's very good, rebounding wise. So, rebounding is an important stat in 2K. But I think I'm going to move Derek Jones Jr. here eventually, but we got to figure out what second star are we going after. Now, part of me wants to just go all in on Paulo Banchero, but I imagine the Magic are going to accept or match that offer sheet. But if they don't, we get Paulo Banchero, teamed up with Garland. That's amazing. We'll do that. Jalen Williams also is fun, but more than likely he would get matched by the Thunder. Jaden Sharp seems to always leave the Blazers, but I kind of want to get a forward more than anything. I know Sharp is technically someone who can play a small forward, but I guess Jabari is kind of interesting. I feel like I've gotten him, I get him through trades, but I don't usually, just sign him through free agency. Tari Eason is also someone interesting. Don't get him that often. I did get him in the Denver video, but him being relatively this cheap and Houston maybe not willing to match, I'm going to go ahead and throw Tari Eason an offer, because if we get him, we move him to small forward to be our starter. We get a really good player there, and that still leaves us with $29 million in cap space to work with. So I'm going to offer Tari Eason an offer sheet. I don't know if Houston will match it or not, so we'll start there. So I like that a lot for us. We get him potentially to be our starting small forward. He'll go up in overall, which is great, so we can start there. Now, Keegan Murray would be fun as well, but now we're kind of, if we get Mark Williams would be interesting, Sexton. We do need a starting shooting guard, so like getting like Ivy would also be kind of interesting. We got him here. So we're getting Tari Eason, which is awesome. So who do we go for next? Dyson Daniels as a starting shooting guard who, kind of develops in 2K and would be a nice two-way wing. I don't hate it. Giving him $23 million does feel kind of disgusting, but stealing him off New Orleans could be interesting in theory. I'm going to give him, actually, we got to make sure he gets a decent offer or he's just going to get matched. So I think we can get both of them as long as they don't get matched. So, of course, we went for Paulo, but I'm just going to think that he gets matched. I'm going to go for these two instead. So Paulo gets matched, so I'm glad we didn't try that. So W. So we're going to get both Tari Eason and Dyson Daniels in free agency, which is fantastic. That's two really good two-way players. Match up with Garland, so I love that already. So that's good. So we'll do that. So we'll move Tari Eason to small forward. He'll go up to an 84, which is great. So he'll be our starting small forward throughout the video, which is fun. And then we can move, like I said, Dyson Daniels, a shooting guard. Or that's Kobe Brown, sorry. Shooting guard. And he'll go up. And he could be like our secondary point guard, I guess, if needed. So, yeah, I like it. Garland, Bones Hanlon. We got Dyson Daniels, Jalen Tyson. And Daniels used to develop really well in 2K. Hopefully he continues to do that. Tari Eason. And then we don't really have a starting power forward still. So our front court's still kind of cooked at the moment. But we are going to see if we can maybe address that through free agency still. So Rozier, I could resign, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just let him go. Do I just bring back Looney, or do we go for like a Koloko, who I don't even know if is going to be able to play in real life anymore? Garuba's interesting as well, but I'm going to see what we get for Derrick Jones Jr. first before we do anything. Let me see what I can get for him. So the Pistons want to give me Isaiah Stewart, and I don't hate it. I think I'm going to go ahead and snag Isaiah Stewart here as our brand new backup power forward, maybe even our starter at this moment, unfortunately, because that's kind of where we're at a front court, at our front court right now. But I'm cool with it. We trade a second round pick. We get Isaiah Stewart rather than having Derrick Jones Jr. That's cool. So Isaiah Stewart, probably our starting power forward next year, which isn't my long-term solution, but it gives us an option there nonetheless. And now we just need a backup 5. So Tillman is clearly here, and maybe we just go for him. 3-3 last year for Boston. Won some championships with them. Pokuševski, also an option. Charles down here. You got Iguodaro down here as well, which Phoenix has not re-signed him at the moment. Anybody else? I think we'll just go for Tillman at the top here. So we'll give Tillman a 2-year deal. So that does renounce. Probably we won't renounce. We'll renounce Kevin Porter Jr. I don't think I'm bringing him back. But if we can get Tillman, that's great. And then Cam Christie should be back as qualifying offer. And we will let Rozier go. Let him go in free agency. I know we could technically sign and trade him potentially, but I also don't want to get stuck with them. And, well, I guess maybe we should look at that option. So let's see. If we look at that option right now, we're still under the second apron by quite a bit. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's sign and trade Rozier. And let's see if we can actually get like a really good shooting, maybe a good center option. Oh, whoa. He wants 29 million. What happened to 17 million? What on earth are we doing? Or sorry, yeah, 20. No, I can't do that. Why do you want 28 million all of a sudden? Is he really asking for 20, or did I renounce him? I renounced him. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense. Even though it says he only wants $60 million, but when I click in, he wants... All right, never mind. We're not signing and trading him. I don't know what 2K is doing. So, whatever. Cam Christie's back. No big deal. Tari Eason is up. Dyson Daniels is up. Bones Allen is up. And then, Bryson up. Kobe Brown is up. So, all that's looking good. These guys are developing. That's nice. We're going into year 3. We've taken some time building this roster back up. Clearly, we're still kind of in a little bit of a funk. We're not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. But I'm very happy with the direction we're headed in. And I think what we have in our back pockets, technically, is we have Zubac's expiring salary and we have Isaiah Stewart's expiring salary as well. And I think if we maybe throw those together at the deadline, maybe we can make something interesting happen. It also depends on how we're doing. So maybe if we're like really good, maybe I just decide like, hey, let's just, keep things the way they are. But hey, if we can get like a good player for those 2 salaries, then we got to consider it. So Garland, Daniels, Tari Eason, Stewart, and Zubac. It's a fun starting 5, but ultimately, If we can get like a second star in the front court at the center power forward spot, I think we'll really be cooking then, which is what I want to try to do. So yeah, I like it. And then one other thing I want to look at is shot tendency. So Garland's was an 86, which is nice. But if we're going to need a second star to step up, weirdly enough, I want to see if Tari Eason could be good. I've never really done this with Tari Eason before. We're going to push his shot tendency up and see what he can do. So we'll see how it goes. More than likely, I will stop the deadline like I told you guys, but we're going to see how the season goes, and hopefully we can maybe be a sneaky play-in team this year. I don't know if we will be, but it'd be cool if we did. So we are at the trade deadline, and I thought we needed to trade for a second star, but I'll show you maybe why we don't need to. So I'm going to instead try to get Patrick Williams off the Chicago Bulls, because we can get a 3-and-D 40% three-point shooter. Sign me up for that. Now, they want to give me Capella for Zubac, but I low-key want to keep Zubac on this team. So what we're going to try to do is remove Capella and Zubac out of this trade and just try to make this Stewart for Patrick Williams straight up. Now, if I can also maybe remove a 2031 first-round pick and see if we can just, like, do, maybe a first-round pick does need to be involved. So let's say we trade our first-round pick this year. And this is a huge gamble to do, but the only reason why I'm doing this is because I think we are good enough to make this happen. And their pick, is very good. So I guess they'd be getting another, maybe we protect it. Let's say we protect our lottery, I guess we can't even protect it. Okay, never mind. This Miami Heat pick would probably be very good, but you know what? Screw it. I'll keep my pick out of it, and we'll just do that. So we're 28 and 22, which is why I was kind of, thinking about maybe trading away our pick, but I decided against it. But this becomes a very interesting team. Around Garland, you got Tari Eason, Dyson Daniels, Patrick Williams, plenty of 3-and-D wings, which is great. Daniels, Tari Eason, Patrick Williams, all being that. Maybe 3, not so much for Daniels. I don't know what he's doing this season, but you see, I know he pushed, obviously, Tari Eason shot tendency up, but he's handling it very well. 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, shooting 42% from 3 on high volume, which is amazing. So maybe we got our next Paul George here at 25 on a really good contract. And then Dyson Daniels, on the other hand, averaging 9.5 points. And, hey, he's shooting 39% from 3 as well. So, yeah, all around looking really good. So I'm very happy with what we're seeing so far. 6 games over 500. Hopefully we can keep it up. Another MVP award for Luka Doncic, but I'm very happy to say that we are back in the playoffs. So that is amazing to see. 5th seed in the Western Conference. Here are your player stats to end off the season. So you had 22 from Garland, 18 from Tari Eason, 16 from Bones Hyland, and 14 from Bryson, 12 from Patrick Williams, and then 12 from Zubac with 9 rebounds, 10 from Dyson Daniels. So all around, very good stuff. Very excited about it. Jalen Tyson, 7, and then 5 from Kobe Brown, 4.5 from Tillman. So, yeah, I'm extremely excited about how the season went under Tyronn Lue. But, hey, maybe we can go win a series. I don't know, man. We get to play Wemby in the first round. They have Josh Giddey, Ace Bailey. Yeah, I mean, playing Wemby in the first round is not exactly what I'd want to do, but here goes nothing anyway. So, I'm going to come around against them, and we are going to get swept out of the water. So, that kind of sucks. Now, kind of want to see how we did in the playoffs. So, player stats. In 4 games, Tari Eason still did good. All around, it looks like things still went pretty well. So, yeah, not bad. I think if there was one position I want to upgrade, it would be Zubac. But, trading him for Capella would not have been the upgrade I would have wanted. So, Cleveland actually made it all the way to the finals, I just noticed. And I wasn't really paying attention to them after I traded Kawhi. I probably should have. But they made it. Lost to the Thunder, unfortunately, for them. Paul George is retiring at 76ers. Jimmy Butler is retiring in Miami. Let's go to the lottery, which, low-key, since Jimmy Butler is gone, I wonder if that makes Bam Adebayo available. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if it would or not, but hey, maybe we can go take a look at it. So, assistants, Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle. Do you want to be an assistant in LA for the last few years of your career? Why not? Rick Carlisle, welcome to LA, my friend. And then we can get a shot doctor, and we could feel pretty good about our coaching staff. So, Tyronn Lue, low-key, I would just prefer to extend him, but I guess I'll do that in the offseason. We're about to go into year number 4. So year 3, we made the playoffs, but, resulted in a nothing, fortunately. Let's go to draft night, and let's see. Do we even... I think we might have a pick. We have our pick in this draft. That's right. So 21. All right, so let's see. We have, maybe $18 million we can throw together with, Tillman and Bones Hyland. So that's about $20 million. We can maybe look at our options here. So let's see what that would get me. So Castillo, Peyton Pritchard, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson's fun. Daniel Gafford, Zach Collins. Okay, Rudy Gobert is pretty out there and interesting. 21 in a second, and then Robert Williams. All right. So, the position I want to upgrade the most is, of course, the center position. Mitch Robinson's interesting, but I don't know if any of those are upgrades that, do it for me. So we're just going to go to 21 and see what we get there. So 21, got Dylan Mingo, Brandon Bass. You got Cole here as well. Starter, I don't know. Are any of these guys good? I don't know. I took Brandon Bass last video. Jaden Hodge. I mean, I don't really know anything about these guys. I guess we can take Caden Samuels out of Providence. So welcome to LA. 73 overall. Player options. We'll accept both of these. And then qualifying offers. Kobe Brown and Cam Christie, both free agents. I do want to bring both of them back. And then Zubac, of course, is the free agent at hand that we need to worry about. I think we re-sign him to a nice little 3-year deal to be our backup. But if we can keep him as our backup, or maybe not even our backup, if we just get like another center in the building, I think we could really be cooking. So Zubac, great. So we're not going to go for like a Bam Adebayo like I was kind of hinting at. I don't think we're going to do anything like that. I just think we need a better rotational center. So that's kind of what I'm looking for at this point. Tillman is fine and all, but if we can find a way, maybe that means moving Bones Highland's salary out of here, unfortunately. It would suck to do that. I guess we have money to sign like a good center. I didn't realize that. So, maybe we could just go all in on Hardenstein. I guess we moved Bones Highland. But yeah, there's plenty of point guard options out here. So you know what? We're going to try to get the center through trades. I think that's what we'll do. So just as I wanted, we are getting 3 really good centers off to us to be a really good rotational center for us. So you saw Robert Williams. We got Gafford also being off to us, and then Mitch Robinson. So which one do I want the most is the question. Gafford 9-7 last year. Mitch Robinson 7-9. They all kind of do similar things, but I think inevitably I'm going to go in and take Mitch Robinson. I don't know if they need to throw us a first-round pick to do this. So we're just going to do that. And just like that, we get Mitch Robinson paired with Zubac. So I like that center rotation a lot. 85, 84, we'll definitely take that. And now we need to sign a backup point guard that's worth our while. And then Kobe Brown will be back in his qualifying offer. So that's where we're at with that. So point guard. So Marcus Smart, Scottie Pippen Jr., Ben Simmons. You got Blake Wesley, Jalen Noel, Craig Porter Jr. Weirdly enough, I low-key, and then, Holloway, 22 years old, might develop even more. You know what? Give me Adam Holloway as a backup point guard for us going forward. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to wait on Kobe Brown and Cam Christie. I was about to say, weirdly enough, I kind of want to go get Ben Simmons just because how tall he is playing point guard. But I'm cool with Holloway as well. He might still develop into like an 80 overall or something. So Cam Christie, Kobe Brown. And Holloway goes up to 77. So did not move up more than I thought he might, but he didn't. Okay, so our big upgrade was Mitch Robinson. So we kind of have just like a crazy, a pretty deep rotation, which I'm pretty happy with. So we're about to go into year 4. The question at hand is this going to be good enough to win a championship? That I'm not 100% sure. We're very deep. We have plenty of 85 overalls across the board. But does that, work out to win a championship in 2K? That I'm not, like I said, not sure about. But, I kind of like the roster we've thrown together. It's fun. It's different. And I like it. So 4.5 balanced proficiency. Zubac is still the starter. But we got Garland, Dyson Daniels, Tari Eason, Patrick Williams, Zubac, Mitch Robinson, Tilly, Kobe Brown, and Holloway. And then Tyson if we throw him minutes, which we will go ahead and do. All right. Let's run it. 10-minute rotation. Year 4. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can be just as good as we were last year, if not better. So no Luka Doncic getting MVP this time. It actually goes LaMelo Ball this time around. This season went well, though. So really can't complain too much about how things went for us. In fact, I'm excited to see how we can do potentially in these playoffs. So we end up as the 3rd seed in the West. Made it last year. Obviously, we got bounced pretty easily. We were hoping to maybe bounce back from that. So we had 25 from Garland. 18 from Tari Eason, 17 from Bryce. You got 11 from Zubac, 11 from Patrick Williams, and then 11 from Dyson Daniels. So it is time to lock in and see if we can come out here and win a championship. So I don't know if we'll be able to, but I'm going to do something crazy. Bench utilization going all the way down to 30. So let's see if that's going to make a difference. I don't know if it will or not. But Minnesota around 1 nonetheless. So they have Rob Dillingham, Edwards, McDaniels, Nas Reed. So pretty much the same team. Yeah, this one's going to be a tough series, but we're going to go ahead and somebody occur around and see how it goes. So we are going to just sweep them. Okay, then. I will absolutely take that, but a little shocked that that was it. We had 20.5 to 20 and 10. So Tarius is a damn good rebounder, which is very helpful in the 2K sim, as we all know. And then Daniels also, rebounded really well in that last series. So I think rebounding is a huge thing we got going for us on this lineup, which is nice. But now we get Oklahoma City. It's not going to get easier. I don't know why we beat Minnesota so easily, but I doubt we'll be able to do that same thing to the Thunder But do we click somebody around again and just kind of see what happens? Maybe we do. And we're up 2-1. This is the team that, of course, put us in poverty because we traded for Paul George. But let's see if we can win this game 6. So it's looking like we might. Oh, no. The Thunder are going to steal it. So we were up 2-1 at one point. Unless we steal this game away. Uh-oh. Can we do it? Yes, we do. Wow. I thought that was... Okay. About to sneeze. Give me 2 seconds. As I was saying, I thought the Thunder were absolutely going to beat us there, but we do end up stealing game 5 and then winning game 6. So that's fantastic. And now we get the San Antonio Spurs. So they beat us pretty easy last year. In fact, they disrespected us. So we got to see if we can return the favor to them. Very good lineup in San Antonio, though. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. 1-0 goes to them. Game 2 goes to them. And, yeah, I think this is where our end of the road comes, unfortunately. But you never know. Maybe we come back from 3-0. We'll be the Thunder and the Timberwolves, though, which is two very good teams. But San Antonio is a brick wall we have ran into. So maybe if we avoid San Antonio in the final season, then just maybe we could do it. I don't know. But let's see if we can win this game 5 to make things even more interesting. I think the San Antonio Spurs are going to put us away here, maybe. We're kind of close, but I don't know if we'll... No, we don't. Okay. So we lose by 7, unfortunately. 32 from Tari Easton in that game. Spurs are the team that have our number right now, and they go on to win it all. So, of course, having Wemby helps out a ton for them. All right, well, we're about to go into this final season. We've, got to the conference finals, which is a great achievement in itself, and the Spurs now have a 3rd overall pick, so that's going to make them even better. The 76ers have our pick from the James Harden trade. So, yeah, now we got to figure out, do we keep Tyronn Lue? I think we do. I don't think I'm just going to let him go. We've, had success under him, so let's just keep him around. Make sure Carlisle doesn't go anywhere. So I knew a team was going to try to get him. So we're going to make sure he sticks around. We should be good. No. And then we're going to last day. And there you go. I don't know why. When you click always decline for Rick Carlisle, it does not work. So make sure you're clicking no every single time. Because if you just click always decline, he still leaves you. I don't know why. That's even... I don't even know why that's a thing in 2K. Like, why are you even asking me if I can always decline it if they're just going to leave? Whatever. Player retirement or options, not retirements. So we got quite a few free agents here, and I believe Garland's a free agent as well. Which no brainer here. We're gonna re-sign him. So he's actually on a pretty good contract as well, which is awesome. We are gonna get him back. So Miami's contesting us, but we're not gonna let him go. Sign both these guys. All right. So something that is nice about this is we have all these guys locked up, which is awesome, and we still have the money to sign another good player. It looks like, which is nice as well. So, we might look at that small forward spot and look to upgrade it. And then, or the back of small forward, I should say, which we can get like Vince Williams or Aaron Nesmith. And I think you really can't go wrong with either. So, I'm going to give Aaron Nesmith a nice little offer. Or I guess we're going to get Bryce. What am I talking about? So, let's get, let's just get Bryce back. I forgot he's out there, but it just wasn't showing me that. So, we're not going to get Nesmith. Never mind. So, we have our small forward position covered. But one thing we do have going for us is we have some salaries now. So maybe if there is a final throw together move at the deadline that I can make happen, I think maybe pushes us over the top, which there definitely could be that out there, then maybe we'll take a look into it. So I will see you guys maybe at that deadline to maybe make that happen. If not, we're going to this final season and hoping to maybe avoid the Spurs because we didn't have trouble with anybody else. So I decided against making a final trade, and this was why. This man really hit his stride this year. 21 points per game off the bench as a 6th man. So I thought, the team's doing well. The Thunder just won 71 games with Billy Donovan. So, yeah, clearly the Thunder are going to be a problem. I don't know if we'll be able to win a championship, but just based off how the team was doing, I decided against making anything happen. So we could, find a way to start Bryson in here if we truly wanted to, but it seems like he's really blossoming in that 6-man role, so I guess I'll just leave things the way they are right now, and we shall see how it goes. But one thing we should maybe do is give him more minutes. I think he's definitely deserved at this point. He's averaging 20, right? So let's give him more minutes, and, let's see if we can beat the Minnesota Timberwolves again. I mean, we smoked them last year, so you assume we do the same thing. This time they're going to win more than they did last year, but okay, we're going to a game 7 with them actually. So it was easier to beat them last year, but now they give us some problems. 2K Sim sometimes makes no sense, but if we lose in round 1, that would definitely suck. We might lose in round 1. It is a tie game. Please get out of round 1, bro, to end this video, and we are. Okay, wow, that was sweaty. All right, now we get the San Antonio Spurs. So San Antonio, with somebody come around against them a little bit. And this time, what is going on? We couldn't even beat them last year, and now we're going to just smoke them? No, they're going to go back from 3-0, aren't they? Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, we said the Spurs were the team we couldn't beat. If we win this one, we do beat them. It is back and forth, and we are going to beat them. Let's go. 138 to 131. And now we get the team we beat last year, and that is the Los Angeles, or the Thunder, I should say. So, Hugh goes up to an 89. We beat them last year in 6, but it is the Thunder, so, you know. Ooh, 3-2. Wow, that turned very quickly. We're going to a Game 7 with them. So, Game 7, let's listen to 2K, I guess, and let's see if we can win this Game 7 in Oklahoma City. It's all or nothing here, and the Thunder start blowing us out, but maybe we get back in the game. Do we get a close one at the end? We're down 4. Okay, so we're getting back in it, creeping back in. Got a whole fourth quarter where the game's somewhat close. I think this might be jump-in territory in the video as long as the game is close at the end. Hopefully it will be, because that'd be kind of entertaining to end this one off. So let's see. It is going to be a 1-point game. I'll jump in with like 2 minutes probably. Okay, so now... All right, so it's a 6-point game. A little less closer than I would have wanted it to be, but we'll see if we can... maybe come back with 2 minutes left, so I will let the CPU cook, and we'll see if we can maybe make a little bit of a comeback here. We're down 6. We do have the ball, though, so that helps. So let's see. Garland's asking for the ball. We got the new jerseys on. We're going to give it to Daniels down low, and Daniels is going to smoke the layup. There was good defense there. Nikola plays great, and J-Dub is about to hit one, isn't he? Nope, we get a stop. Okay, so that's good, because if they would have made that, that would have been really tough. Daniels is going to take it to the basket again, and he's going to smoke it again, man. 142 148. Don't like that we've just gone to Dyson Daniels down low twice. Chet mid-range. He's going to hit that one. All right, we're down 8 with 1:30. It might be your ball game. Daniels just smokes 2 layups to end this one. I mean, they were contested, don't get me wrong, but I don't even know why he was taking those shots. I don't know. Garland, midi, and he's going to miss it. Zubac with a huge offensive rebound, puts it back up. We're down 6, 1:19. It's not over yet technically, but we got a huge hole to crawl out of here. I just noticed our second option isn't even on the floor right now. Shea, yeah, that's just too easy. Shea just smokes Garland. No surprise there. Probably shouldn't have Garland guarding Shea, but whatever. All right, so let's see if we can maybe make something happen here. Down 8. I mean, we lost this game when Daniels, like, literally smoked those layups. But at the end of the day, what can you do? So, Daniels, 3, and it goes in and out. But once again, another huge offensive rebound. I just realized we have Zubac and Robinson on the floor together. I don't know why 2K's in love with that, man. This isn't like 1990 anymore, but whatever. Shea has the ball again. You got wide open Nikola Topic. He's going to hoist a 3. It was a deep 3, and he hits it. Okay. All right. Daniels is just sagging off his man, getting stuck on the screen or something. I don't know what happened to him, but he just died. All right. Daniels going to give it to Robinson. Back to Garland. Garland going to have to hit a 3 probably. He gets into the perimeter. Another huge offensive rebound. So, if nothing else, we're grabbing a bunch of offensive rebounds with these 2 centers on the floor, which is fantastic. But ultimately, we're going to lose in the conference finals once again. So back-to-back conference finals appearances. Unfortunately, no championship. But hey, still a fun team that I think we threw together at the end of the day. So let's see. We blew a 3-2 lead. Maybe we can... You know what? Let me just jump in this one. Let me see if... Is Tari Eason hurt, by the way? Because if he isn't, I'm going to be... I guess I got to select a team, don't I? So now can I change it? Let's see. Substitutions. Okay. So... Tari Eason fouled out, I assume. Or no, he's... Wait, is he on the floor and I've just been tripping this whole time? Or no, they just subbed him. Never mind. They just now put him back in, I think. All right, so let's go. Let's give the ball to Garland, and then let's try to cook with Tari Eason. So let's give it to Tari Eason. Gonna shoot a 3. Zubac with another. Nope, it didn't bounce his way. Never mind. All right, well, that is going to be the end of this one, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Unfortunately for us, we are cooked. I'm going to foul Shea. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. But the Thunder go on to win it all, probably. I'm ended there. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think we threw together a pretty fun Clippers team, if nothing else. But thank you guys for watching this Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.